Hello guys, coming at you from nature today, the beautiful green hills. And yeah, I've been thinking about this idea lately and how I just feel like it's so important on, just in life and on this path of growth to be able to embody a healthy level of selfishness. And I really want to make this distinction here because I feel like in colloquial terms, it's so easy to assume and think of, selfishness as bad and selflessness as good. And obviously excessive selfishness is bad, when people do things solely for their own personal gain, where they think in ways, they behave in ways that don't take other people into consideration. And it's just about them getting, more power or more money or, gratifying their own ego. Obviously that's excessive selfishness. And sadly, that's the way that so many of the world operates in very egocentric ways, where they, don't really consider the impact on things within the larger fabric of life. That's why we've had so much environmental destruction. That's why we have, severe wealth inequality. So many reasons why excessive selfishness is bad. I don't need to go too deeply down that rabbit hole because I think that's pretty obvious. But then on the other end of the spectrum, we have selflessness. And, colloquially, we think of selflessness as like this noble, heroic thing where you make like a personal sacrifice for the greater good. And obviously, selflessness in many ways is so amazing. It's, much better than being like heavily egocentric, power-driven, where you only think about your own self and your own personal gain. But I also want to make a distinction here and provide nuance because I especially feel like people who watch my videos, they could be the type that's kind of like overly giving and overly concerned with others. And they might be so fixated on others and their impact and just helping other people that they might actually cross their own inner boundaries in that process. They might do things that deplete their energy. They might just not be taking care of themselves. They might not be getting their needs fully met because they are kind of so concerned about other in a way, and that would kind of be teetering on the side of excessive selflessness. And what I'm saying is that you kind of have to find a balance between selfishness and selflessness. And so when I say embody a healthy level of selfishness, really this is just having self-respect, having self-care, knowing your needs, knowing your boundaries, knowing your values, and knowing your limitations, and just honoring that. At least in my life, I had a struggle in the past with accepting limitation. I always try to keep doing more and being more, and was so overly concerned about others and giving to others that I did kind of cross my own inner boundaries in that process. I kept doing or trying to do way too much, way more than what I was capable of. And yeah, in that I just kind of couldn't accept my limitation, my own sense of limitation. And counterintuitively, that made me less effective at giving my gifts and showing up fully in the world. And made me way less happy as well because my energy was drained. And so just remember this, like, we don't want to like live life and like incarnate into this human body and like have it be some like great big noble sacrifice where we're not getting our needs met and we're like doing this amazing thing for the world. It's like, no, it's like we want to be happy, we want to feel whole, we want to feel complete, yet we also want to give our gifts to the world and uplift the world and make it a better place. And to do that, we have to be honoring ourselves, making sure our needs met, making sure we're just in good energy and just taking care of ourselves. And so, that could look like cutting off certain friends or certain people that are draining our energy, that aren't serving our highest becoming. That could look like not going to certain places or certain events that we know are not going to make us feel good or are going to deplete us. That could look like not intaking certain information or cutting off just having boundaries with certain, things like social media. It's like doing things, drawing boundaries that serve our highest becoming. And this could look like it is like a little bit selfish, cutting off certain people, certain friends. People might think of that as a little bit selfish. And it is, because, you're concerned about yourself, you're concerned about your own energy, your own happiness, and you want to meet your needs. We all want to be happy and meet our needs. So that's why I'm saying it's important to embody a healthy level of selfishness. And you get into the unhealthy level of selfishness when, your personal growth journey becomes something only for your own personal gain, and you don't think about other people. You become excessively selfish when your self-care becomes self-absorption. You become excessively selfish when your boundaries become complete walls between others and the world. So it's like striking a healthy balance here. And really all I'm saying is just like take care of yourself and nourish yourself and make sure your needs met. Because actually it's like kind of counterintuitive. It's like a paradox, or it's like the healthier level of selfishness that you have, the more selfless you can be in the world, and that like the more effectively and the more potently you can show up with others, with the world, and give your gifts in a more effective way. So it's kind of like a paradox. It's like you need to know your boundaries, you need to know your needs, you need to know your limitations and honor those, really, really honor those. Don't cross your boundaries. Don't try to do too much. Don't do things that drain your energy. And you'll actually be more effective at giving your gifts to the world and showing up more fully. And so that's like being more selfless. It's being more loving. That's being more giving. So I just say this because it's an important distinction to make, and it's much more nuanced and complex, I think, than just, selfishness bad, selflessness good. Obviously, pure egocentrism is not good. It's harmful when it's on a world stage, and we're a world of 8 billion people, and everyone's trying to get their needs met. And when people are taking too much for themselves, obviously, that's going to cause disharmony. It's going to cause disruption. That's why the world is, struggling in many ways. Humanity is struggling in many ways is because of excessive selfishness. Yet you still have to take care of yourself. You still have to honor yourself, your needs, your boundaries. So it's important to have a healthy level of selfishness. So just allow this video to be your permission slip to do things that just honor yourself, that take care of yourself. Go take a warm bath instead of going out to the club. Go start spending less time around people that drain your energy. Just do what it is. Follow your heart, follow your intuition, do what you need to be nourished, to have your needs met, because it's so important to take that into consideration, to take ourselves into consideration along this journey of life. We are living in the first person. We are this person. We aren't someone else, and we need to make sure that our vessel is taken care of, that it is nourished, that we are happy, that we are healthy, that we are free, and that we are whole. What would life be if we couldn't be happy? What would life be if we just always had to sacrifice ourselves for other people and that we never got our needs met? What would life be if we couldn't incarnate here and be happy and be healthy and be free? So to do that, you just have to honor yourself. You have to hold some boundaries. You have to maybe say no to certain things and do things that may appear a little bit quote unquote selfish to do that. But really remember, all of it is so that we can show up more fully in the world and give our gifts and make this life, this beautiful, mysterious, cosmic existence of being a human, the most full and amazing and loving experience that it can be. So guys, just permission slip, embody a healthy level of selfishness. Contemplate what that looks like for you. Maybe open a journal or a document and just start writing, what does it mean for me to embody a healthy level of selfishness? In what ways have I been too selfless? In what ways am I not respecting myself and taking care of myself? And how can I be more loving and respecting and take care of myself more? Just something for you to contemplate, because I feel like this is a very important distinction to make. That's really all I wanted to say here, guys. Hope you have a great day. Man, peace.